first video for Ghost University. I've decided to put together some videos about 10 books that help me improve my worldview. Worldviews will be the main topic of the channel, about the worldviews of the present, the future, and the past. Those 10 books range from the Black Book of Communism to Foundations, Their Power and Influence. Also, the Leipzig Connection. Those will be the first 3. I'll put the remaining 7 in the descriptions. What made me decide to do this was that I felt like there was a lot of information out there that people weren't aware of, stashed away in books that most people don't care to read. A channel I often watch called True Stream Media said that they could make a video or 100 videos about 100 different books to prove their point. But they thought that that might not be productive. I've decided to be the guy to make the 100 videos about the 100 different books, because I have watched many people on YouTube, watch lectures. I've watched lectures that span 36 subjects, like 36 DVDs full of material. I was never bored. I always felt like I was learning something that was important. Also, I am a believer in Jesus Christ and the scriptures, fully, 100%, all the way through. And I'll find times to interject things about the Bible and scripture and how I feel like that relates to the worldviews and subjects that I cover in the books that I'm going to go over. This all started for me a long time ago. I was at a restaurant hanging out with some friends after a night at the bar, and we started talking about how the world just seems weird, and why is it ran in the fashion that it is. Like, why does government act the way that he does? Because it seems like this thing is really out of order. And I could feel that things were out of order ever since a child. I just didn't have anyone around me to cultivate those ideas. So ultimately, I had to cultivate them myself, led by Jesus Christ and my belief. So the first book that they told me I should read was this book called Behold a Pale Horse. I'm going to talk about Behold a Pale Horse here and there. I won't cover the entirety of Behold a Pale Horse, but I will find time to open that book up and show some pages and go over the things that are in it. And after they told me about it, I was at the bookstore within like the next week, and I bought me a copy of Behold a Pale Horse, and I've been interested in so-called conspiracy theories ever since. To me, conspiracy theories don't really exist. Things are only, to me, a conspiracy theory if they lack evidence. If there's evidence there, then a conspiracy is real. And conspiracy ultimately means to breathe together, meaning people get together and put these plans together, and then they see them through. Some of these people understand that they won't, or maybe they will not be living when the plan is finished. That plan for some of them is called the Great Work. I'll go over the Great Work in the future, and a man called Albert Pike, who also wrote plenty about the Great Work and what it is and how they plan to bring it about. I also have a lot of videos I'm going to go over. One of them being Iran-Contra. I think it's called the Iran-Contra Cover-Up. I'll cover Laos. Laos was what was happening right next to Vietnam before the Vietnam War was on 10. Before Vietnam, there was Laos, and Laos was carried out under secret allegedly without our government knowing anything about it. Again, I'll be going over a lot of topics. I'll put my top 10 books in the description, and hopefully everyone cares to tune in and check it out. I think it'll be fun and educational at the same time. I'll try not to bog it down with too much reading and put in some comedy here and there when I can. And hope that we can all have some interesting conversations either in the comments or on the phone with close friends of mine. I'm sure some of you will tune in for that. And we'll just keep it moving. Anybody with some questions or some comments or concerns, when I put my top 10 books up, I'll also post a list of top 10 videos that I'm going to cover. Hopefully within the next 2 or 3 weeks I'll have up the first video. The first video will indeed be about the Black Book of Communism. I encourage everybody to go out and read it. The Black Book reminds me of America today. Each and every last page reminds me of America today. It's important that people understand what communism is and socialism is. There's a man who goes by the name of Yuri Bezmenov. He used to be KGB, and he gave an interview talking about the stages in which communism takes over your country. One of them is destabilization. And for America, I feel like the destabilization happened with the coronavirus. And the next stage involves normalcy, where you try now to normalize that new way of life that they've all been talking about. I believe in that new way of life. I don't believe it's necessary, but I do believe others will try and make that new way of life permanent. Like I said, hopefully this is fun for everyone involved, everybody watching, everybody who supports me, and let's have fun. Ghost University.